Yeah, that's nice. You got those? You got those clips?
Got what?
Right on set. Getting ready to go live. Tape is rolling.
Let me look. She just took them off. God dang it. I don't know what they were.
You don't know what quiet on the set means, do you?
Quiet.
Quiet on the set!
You're listening to WRFE Radio Free Virginia. And no other better freaking place in the world than Deltona, Florida. Here you are, Lunch. No other than a dynamic duo, Laz and Jack.
And greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the news so you don't have to.
That's right. Bringing you our own branded news right here inside Shroud of the Avatar 5 days a week for your viewing and listening pleasure. How's everybody doing out there today? It is Taco Tuesday, and it is August 1st, 2017 here inside Shroud of the Avatar. Welcome to today's show, everybody. Everybody grab a taco, grab some tequila, check out the ladies in the shrouds and all the skimpy clothing on the set, and let's get ready for a show, boys and girls. So how's everybody doing out there today?
I'm sad. Clipsy beat me to getting to the Shroud of the Avatar.
Oh, well, you got two of the ladies on set who've already beaten you to that, but...
Well, dude,
What is that? What is that thing?
It's the Shroud of the Avatar. You know the game you've been playing for 2 years?
Oh, the cape or whatever they're wearing here.
You
know that
Shroud of the Avatar.
you know that thing that's on the cover of the game?
Can't get a straight answer out of you mofos. Never
It's
mind.
the Shroud of the Avatar. What more of a straight answer do you want? Click on
What's
her
that
and look
cape
at the name of the item.
I know. What is it? What the hell is it?
Oh,
It's
my God.
the Shroud of
Light armor.
the
It's
Avatar.
just
Oh.
armor types. I don't know what that
Yeah.
is. Is that a cape? Is that a
It-
headpiece? I don't know what that
Can
is.
I have
Why
what
don't you
he's
look at
having?
her and make that
Yes, you
decision
can,
for yourself?
Clipsy. It is called old age mixed with crack.
Look, I got a straight answer. It took a dev to get a damn answer out of you guys.
No, see, because all you had to do is click on her and see what slot it was sitting in. Thank
No,
you.
but it does not say cloak. It says Shroud of the Avatar.
Thank you.
It's
The
the
Shroud.
Shroud.
What is it?
God.
It's a shroud. Well, it should say Shroud then. And then,
It does say Shroud.
Say Shroud.
it,
moving on. Where's the movie
it
at?
says
Yeah.
Shroud of the Avatar.
Hang on.
What are you trying to figure out?
Let's go.
We miss you, Zip.
I know. It's like Zep-
Abuse.
Lively
The
beginning.
abuse.
what abuse? What abuse are you talking about? The fact that you're
hate speech.
You asked the
I
question
did
and we
space
all
speech,
answered
so I
you with the
logged
same
on.
thing.
yeah. It's like, oh, what is that thing you're wearing? It's the Shroud of the Avatar. It's like, come on. It's like,
You know, that thing that you've been playing this game the whole time to achieve so that you can
yeah.
be the Avatar.
Yes.
I can't seem to achieve anything in this damn game here.
Well, I mean, it helps if you if you talk to NPCs and you ask them if you can help them, and you do those things, that is how you accomplish those goals.
Naughty.
You don't
You're
just
asking me
you
naughty
don't
thing.
just go to Deep Ravenswood and kill wolves and bears and the occasional
Well,
skeleton.
That's what happens when he spends a week with the grandkids playing Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
I'm lost. Yeah, Minecraft. There you go.
There you go.
Anyway.
Moving right along. It is the Shroud of the Avatar. If you do notice, Eclipses is white. Yesterday we showed you Katrina, and of course Katrina's sitting off over to the side here as well today. And hers is black, and she was a little bit miffed. But she blames List. It's all List's fault.
Oh, see, I thought she dyed it. I thought that's what it was.
No,
Oh
I don't
no,
believe
I'm virtuous and Katrina's.
they come in
wear white.
Oh, okay. So the whiter the black. So
no, they
yeah.
come in 3 flavors. It's the white, the gray, and the black. Where have we seen that premise before?
Don't know.
Sounds like a wedding.
Don't know. Never heard of it.
Pure white is pure. Purity. That's a lie.
That's
Take that
Walker
off.
underscore List Rostov said suck it of the avatars.
Take
Suck
it.
it.
Off. That's a lie.
And I tell you, great stuff. Great stuff. Great to see people out actually completing the storyline. And we've got some interesting news. Of course, if you recall, we gave you a heads up on some news that was going to break this week. And of course, it broke right after the show yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So-
Right after the show.
Right after the show, the big announcement came out. And we'll tell you all about that after we cover the stand-up corner.
I was all ready to click on it too. You dirty bastard. Okay, so stand-up corner, don't forget that's where the devs say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, I'm working on this today. Something random gets written down and eventually gets posted to the forums where we get to interpret it so you don't have to.
That's right.
And so
You can play the Yen Man and drinking game, and if you got a little catching up to do since we were gone, well, you know what? I think this one's gonna be for you guys.
it
out
might
there today.
it might just help with something. Don't forget, devs say, hey, I worked on this yesterday, then I'm working on this today, and
He's just jealous.
Yep,
That's
yep.
right, Clipsy.
Yeah.
well,
It's split.
yeah, he is jealous of lots of things.
Yeah.
Haters
Okay.
gonna hate.
I know, haters gonna hate. Okay, so over in the art department, Bob the Builder,
Cult of Bob.
working on the town pirate ship, where Damon.
Damon Walter.
Oh, actually, that town pirate ship, I wonder if that's gonna be a sloop. Is it gonna be a sloop?
Soup John B.
Sloop?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll find out. Then Damon, working on bugs.
Bug.
And release 45 tasks. Fletcher,
Fletch. Liz.
working on the bugs.
Bug.
And release 45 tasks. Kevin, that
Yeah.
ugly fist himself, working on the bugs.
Bug.
The almighty Gix Vargach. Matt, he's working on the bug animation.
Bug.
I wonder.
Animation.
I wonder if that's like him stomping on something.
I don't know.
I mean, he needs to put that animation in there so that way you've got the bug smasher. So, or is it going to be like ah?
Snake.
Yeah. And the one-handed polearm animation updates.
One-handed pole.
One-handed polearm updates.
Mm-hmm.
I am demonstrating that just for you, Laz.
I see that.
You're not
You're
even looking at it.
demonstrating just for me. Your whole audience, our whole audience is seeing that. So.
Yeah, that one-handed polearm animation. It's going to be coming into the game. I mean, what he's
Like
doing.
The roll the dice animation.
The roll the dice emote, yeah. The one-handed pole animation, or the inoperable kobold cannon.
Yes, the reach around.
Yes.
The butt slap?
Well, the butt slap's coming. He still needs the reference material. Don't forget that you do need to send all of your butt slap animations or videos to the almighty Gix Vargach, so that way he can get the proper reference documentation. And I believe he does have some preferential sites where he likes that reference material to come from. And I believe it was it Pornhub? Is that the one that he's mentioned?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I hope so.
Then Reed was working on the trophy texture optimization and bugs.
Bug.
Over in design, the almighty Beezus.
The bees.
Working on release 45 tasks and some bugs.
Bug.
Seawolf.
Seawolf.
He's trying to make Laz happy by updating some Longfall Woods terrain
Mm-hmm.
and vegetation and points of interest. Then Damien. Working on bugs
Bug.
and forums. While Dan the Man,
Dan the man Brennan.
he was participating in that live stream and trying to make sure that when you touch things, they move properly. When you put the digits inside of it, does it do things?
Does
Yeah,
it
just-
wiggle when you give it the spatula
I
treatment?
know.
Digits.
What, you don't put your digits in things there, Zep?
How many are we talking about?
Well,
5?
generally 2? If you can fit 5 in there, you might have some issues. But we could always ask our doctor, our resident doctor, how many digits should be put
doctor.
in. Doctor,
How many
Yes.
digits are safe?
how many digits should Led Zepp be putting in?
Oh, if he can get in 1, then he's doing something right.
Oh, yeah.
What happens if he can fit all 5 in there?
Wrong hole?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sanio is working on bugs
Bug.
and interactive updates.
Now we have a question in chat.
Over in Chatty? Chatty?
Yes, over
Can
Chatty.
Jaza, can you talk about PvP?
Jason.
Partial loot. Generally, what it is whenever you kill someone in PvP, there will be a little tombstone-like thing on the ground, and if you kill that person and you hit that, that means that you have collected the price of the oracle, and it that gives the person time to actually hit the period on their keyboard, which would bring up the price of the oracle to where they could reclaim their stuff and get everything back.
It's a ransom system.
Yeah, it's a ransom system.
You don't get to keep the loot if they pay the ransom, but you get the gold.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Pretty substantial, though. Isn't
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that much.
it? Like 3K or something like that. Last time I got a kill.
Well,
I guess that's all he needed to know.
Yeah.
She needed to know.
it's all good. It's all good. Going back to what the devs were working on. Where was I at? Did Dan the Man? Did Sanyo?
Yeah.
Did we do Sanyo? Did
We
we?
didn't do Sanyo.
Oh, actually, we did do Sanyo. We didn't do Lum the Mad.
Lum the Mad.
Bugs.
Bug.
Sorcerer Steve was playing in Middle Downs and bugs.
Bug.
Then the Energy Vortex List Rostov working on live stream and the South Broken Road.
South Broken Road.
Yeah, over in tech, Bobby
Little Bobby Thompson.
working on the bugs.
Bug.
Eric was working on bugs.
Bug.
JY
J-Y.
working on forums and bugs.
Bug.
And localization. Wizard Smoke. He's puff puff passing around the bugs.
Bug. It's roaches, man. Roaches.
Roaches. Okay.
Peasant roach.
Yeah. I don't know.
Bug.
Does that require like some roach clips or something like that?
Nah.
And what happens when you go into the store and you say, instead of saying, hey, I'm looking for alligator clips, I'm looking for roach clips. Do they automatically peg you as a stoner when you do that?
The store you're buying that in usually caters to stoners, so.
See, I would go to a hardware store. Cheaper by the dozen.
Yeah. You ain't gonna get the leather strap and the feather, man. You're not gonna get that in the hardware store. You're gonna get those cheap red and blue things.
Crafts.
With a little safety plastic on it. Okay, then let's see. The Deathbringer.
How do we know all this stuff?
See, the funny part is I only know it from roommates.
Yeah.
I've lived with a few people that have
You've
partaken.
lived with you've lived with an interesting mix of people, I must say.
Did I ever tell you about the guy that was arrested for coke possession?
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah. So I live in Travis County, and the county directly north of it is Williamson County, which is really, really bad about enforcing drug crimes of any kind. It's like you don't even want to like have any drugs in Williamson County. And
Life in prison.
a guy that lived in the apartment, I believe it was below me, was arrested. But we hung out all the time, and I was the resident drunk. And so I went to bail him out of jail to pick him up. And he gets his driver's license back, and the thing is like split, and it's like the cop looks at it. It's like, should I give this back or should I not? Because there's still like tons of coke all over it. It's like,
Oh, jeez.
it's like, dude, it's like, are you an idiot? And it's like, yeah. But the reason I never did drugs was because, it's more fun to watch people.
Don't do drugs.
Nope.
That's the reason.
Okay.
Well, I preferred to drink for my
Drugs are
stupidity.
bad.
Yeah, drugs bad. Hell, I wouldn't take any drugs if it wasn't a requirement to staying alive. And
Yeah.
Thank you, Blood Omen. I love you.
Viagra.
You need
Eclipse?
Viagra?
No, I mean.
Your wife needs Viagra.
Yeah. There you go.
So then, Burning Toad,
The bird.
scratching the itch that's known as bugs.
Bug.
And builds. Tassilo working on the store refactor deployment. Our useless overhead group, we do have Andrea working on the sanity report
Oy.
and testing and forums. The Dippy Bird.
The bird.
I'm trying to. I guess that means that you're not typing in the thing.
I'm not typing nothing.
Okay, working on bugs
Bug.
and builds and leads meeting.
Wasn't me.
Gorn working on.
You know somebody's gonna do it when you say that.
Well, yeah.
You
Well,
know
dude,
somebody's
our
gonna do it
sound
when you
guys,
don't say that.
our sound guy's on vacation. I think.
I know.
Well, this whole place sucks. That's right, it sucks.
Then after that,
Nothing new.
Gorn's working on general business.
Business.
Barrick, he's working on moderation and store updates and seed invest support and
You just
telethon
can't
planning.
hold this liquor.
No, do a little bit of everything in moderation. You'll be fine. Then Hutch was working on bugs.
Bug.
And release 45 tasks. Lord British. Trying to provide some direction to those seed invest guys.
He wants your seed invested.
Oh, yes. He wants you to invest that seed all over the place.
That's right. Go down and make a donation.
seedinvest.com/portalarium/series.b. Then after that, Chaos is working on the patch notes and telethon, SQL prep, and office administration and customer service, and bugs.
Bug.
Then NFG Sasha working on seed invest and localization. Serafina working on the customer service.
Wonderful customer service.
And shipping and regression tests and the sanity test. The Dark Star working on the live stream and the press releases and weekly update and release 44 Jira triage and release 45 planning. That's what our devs were working on yesterday. Well, there's lots to plan.
Well, yeah, he's got long-term planning. Which reminds me, Chris said he was going to get down to some long-term planning a little while back, didn't he?
Well, he did say that he was going to be doing that. We have not seen a post related to that, but we do have what he's working on today.
We do, as a matter of fact. Do we want to jump over to that, or do we want to jump over to breaking news, or do we want to make them? See, now this is a tough choice because everybody always wants to know what Chris is doing. So do we make them wait for Chris now?
How are you gonna make them wait?
Oh, I don't know. Soapbox time.
Okay, soapbox. We are going to talk about Dread Spider laughing at people.
Dread Spider laughing.
Yes.
We're being invaded.
Not only that,
Save the children.
Think of the children. Think of the children.
What children?
Oh, God.
What children?
Yeah. So JJ does want to know what the sanity test is. There's only a few things that they actually test on in the QA department, and part of that is to make sure that some of those game mechanics are not completely broken. Kind of like you're running around like the T-pose.
Free candy or something.
Yeah. I had it explained to me once upon a time, and I kind of forgot because I prefer our interpretations anyways. So they make sure that they can like engage in some combat. They make sure they can do a few other things, but whenever they do their builds, they don't test a lot. Which I hate to say it like that because there are a crap ton of open bug reports.
Vascorper_list Rostov said whatever.
Yeah, whatever. He does whatever.
Never mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Never mind.
It's
all right. Where are we jumping? Big news. Let's update with Chris, and then we'll get on to the big news. How about that?
Wait. We're doing what? When? Where?
Chris.
I don't know how to do that.
And, of course, happy birthday to Maxine's grandmother.
The 100th birthday? Yes.
Yes.
So that would... Well, yeah, great-grandmother.
So Chris's mother-in-law, I guess?
Well, if you look at...
his mom.
If you look at the... I would say that's his grandmother. That is Chris's grandmother in that picture.
Oh, Maxine's great-grandmother. Okay,
yes,
I missed that part.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you would see Chris's... I don't know. Is that grandfather and father in there? I'm kind of confused.
Quite possibly.
Or is it his... or is that her kids? So Chris's father and his brother. I don't know. I mean, it could go either way. Could go.
No.
I don't know. I'm confused. But then we have...
so confused.
Then we have what he's working on today. And Chris is working on the Leeds meeting.
The Leeds meeting.
And he implemented spells including the player chanting words on each cast, which is Richard's request, and he suspects that they'll make that an option soon. And they set words on most spells, so words of power for every single spells.
Words of power.
And he's excited about the Travian announcement. Woot! That was actually from yesterday. And then today he's working on a huge list of Giros where he's updating light and heavy armor so the lasting buffs have 0 value if you swap to different gear. And then so if you change your gear and you have like a heavy armor buff, that buff is zeroed out.
So if I switch from one heavy armor to another heavy armor, my buff goes, huh?
No, that would be heavy armor to light armor. Heavy armor to heavy armor should stay. And
Well, see, I might have sorcery heavy armor, and I might have necromancy heavy armor, depending on what I'm fighting.
that would be heavy armor to heavy armor, which should stay. Should. If it doesn't stay, that would be bug reported. Bug. And then he's also working to find some resources for Black Sun so they can localize some assets. Don't forget, Black Sun is the Russian or the Baltic publishing company. And then the Unity editor crashes about 5 times a day, and taking that opportunity to upgrade to the newest version of Unity that doesn't crash immediately on their game, which is 5.6.3.2017.x. Crashes on most of our levels. Yeah.
Next time, use your own.
Yep.
And just do that thing.
5.6.3.2017.x crashes on most of their levels, so they're updating to... Does that mean they're updating to something else? I don't know what he's updating to. I need to update Unity to figure out what the latest version is. And then Obsidian Golems now come with a null magic field on them, but have their own resistances reduced. Does that mean that the only way to fight an Obsidian Golem is to use melee?
Well, hopefully the 200% obsidian weapons actually do 200% damage to them now, maybe? I don't know.
That would be a possibility. I mean, that would be something that would be
Now,
nice.
I mean, that's always been an intriguing question. People always asking, well, I tried to kill an obsidian deer with an obsidian weapon and it didn't do 200% damage. Well, that's because that's not the obsidian they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, it should actually be just because it's obsidian's in the name.
Well, you would think, but, you know, obsidians as a golem or a race as it may be, you know.
Yeah.
I dig it. I understand, but, you know. Anything with the name obsidian should
do 200%.
technically be 200%. Absolutely.
Yep, and that's what Chris said he was working on 38 minutes ago. Or 49 minutes. What?
You got shanks in their hand. Look out.
Yeah, I know. It's
Be close to the
a
family
little
jewels there,
thieves
too.
guild going on over here. A bunch of little cut purses running the streets for me.
Yep.
That's right. Go out and take his take his purse.
And
Kicks his purse right off. Take his crown.
yeah, JJ uses a lot of words of power in order to kill somebody. I mean, Annexpor,
Now-
Vassor Flam, Innox,
And of course,
Corpor,
List,
Vassor,
I
Vassor.
understand that not the gem buffs, the actual magic buffs. But again, if it's going to be on switch of armor and I'm just switching from one armor to the other, does that make a difference is really what the question. I understand switching to light armor would lose the heavy armor buff. But if I'm switching between two different heavy armors, should that debuff the buff? Is the question. Just curious. Yeah. But moving right along, the big announcement this week came out yesterday.
What big announcement? What are you talking about? I mean, that thing that we already alluded to a couple of times, and I accidentally said with Travian. So, Travian Games and Portalarium have announced a partnership for distribution as the story reaches as they reach the story complete milestone. And why did he summon the orgasming child sound?
I know.
It's like I hear something and it's like, wait, what is that? It's like orgasming children on the studio.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hey, and pretty soon we're going to be able to watch somebody's cloak go from white to black on the set.
Don't look at me.
Could be black.
Oh, it's going to be
Definitely.
awesome. Okay, so
Clipsy.
I know it's going to be funny, and then you're going to kill somebody, and then. So we do have Travian Games, which is a German company and publisher and developer. They have announced a formal partnership to bring Shroud of the Avatar to Europe, Central and South America, the Middle East, and Northern Africa. So pretty much, we have two partnerships for distribution. One is Black Sun Games, which is going to be the Baltic region. Then you have Travian, which is going to be releasing in Europe, Central and South America, and Northern Africa.
I had this question
And the Middle East,
yesterday,
yeah.
And the question was, of course, if they signed with one publisher and then they decided to raise funds to become a publisher and they've just signed with another publisher, why are they becoming a publisher? Now,
Well,
of course, the answer to that question is that these publishers are publishing in different regions, and Portalarium is self-publishing here
in the
in
U.S.
the United States.
Yeah.
So for those of you
And
guys wondering about that,
A lot of
what's
that
going on.
A lot of that publication dollars is going to be used for advertising. A lot. Advertising.
Yes.
And then instead of game development.
Well, it's going to be used for publishing.
Publishing. Yes. Yeah. And Travian is the partner because they really understand community and development, which has allowed them to build a huge base of millions of players. And if you are unfamiliar with the publisher Travian Games, that is the same guys that brought us Crowfall.
Ooh, what?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
So yes, they have a pretty successful title, at least. I understand they have several other titles out there. Now, is Crowfall the PvP? Is it purely PvP game?
I've never played it.
Never played it.
Yeah. Okay. Neither have I.
Very successful, though.
If we go through my list of MMOs, it's relatively limited. Ultima Online, Rift, Lineage 2,
Right, well.
DDO.
Now,
Something
Dark Call
else,
is done
something
by
else,
who
yeah.
list? I saw a comment out there that Travian only successful game was a PvP game. Is there any comments on that? Do you know what that one was? That's right. Everybody.
Well, you can also go straight to Travian Games website, and then you can see.
I don't know what you mean about that. Crowfall, the game that beat us in funding. We are the second largest crowdfunded game in history, next to Star Citizen. So I don't know of anybody beating us in funding. You want to tell me what you mean by that?
I don't think Kat's in the channels.
No, she's typing in game here.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know,
But-
but she's not in the channels. She can't answer your question.
Yeah,
Well,
she
yeah.
left.
She's listening.
Crowfall is a throne war simulator. So it is purely a PvP game. Kind of.
I don't know.
Purely PvP.
Pretty much.
With a proper
PvP
penis.
penis. That's right.
Yep.
Have to look it up.
So, what else did you want to say? And how did we get
Well,
through everything so quickly today? I mean,
Well, we didn't get through everything quickly, and of course we got several things to talk about out there. Now, of course, story completion was part of the announcement with this.
oh yeah,
The announcement with Travian here was also an announcement that the game is now playable to a final completion. You can play all 3 storylines and the finale, and
Polish?
now comes
The
the polish. Now
No, it's not
is
polished. Okay.
what's that?
well,
It's not polished. I thought
no,
it was polished.
well, they're working on
Story
polishing.
completion.
Yeah, they're working on polishing some of the major quest lines. They're also working on adding a ton of side quests. Hopefully, that will also include daily, weekly, monthly quests as well. And then from there, it's one where almost every single NPC that we're able to encounter will have something to do.
Well, there
Almost.
are several daily quests that can be repeated once a day now in the game. I don't know how many, but that was in the release notes. Now, of course, other hot news in the release notes, and I know I mentioned it yesterday.
You
but,
mean the fact that we haven't covered the release notes at all?
well, that too. We will get to those because we weren't here on Thursday to do that.
Thursday or Friday?
Thursday or Friday. That's right.
Yeah,
We
I
weren't
was
here Wednesday. either.
actually I was here. I was actually in game during those hours. And Crowfall's rates more than Portalarium.
Okay. So,
Really?
Yep.
I'll have to check those numbers.
Well, Katrina just did it for you.
I understand that, but Crowfall is fully crowdfunded just the way we are, so we're now 3rd. Does that mean that they have to go back and change all those? Yeah.
that's just a little bit.
Someone donate $1 million. Make it rain.
Yes. about a
That's
million.
right. Somebody donate $1 million.
Wait a minute. Let me write a check.
If
Jackie, speaking of quests, just a little heads up. Don't finish the final quest because right now it's bugged and doesn't give you your XP.
There are
What?
several ones I've been reading,
No way.
so-
well, I still need to
No.
I need to get with you, Clipsy, and I need to go do some corpse explosion.
Gross.
J-
No.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I need to go do some banish undead.
Now, is
So that way I
anybody
can actually
else-
kill the last part of the love quest.
I've seen several things out there on experience gain, and we're going to just touch on this real quick. The quest completion bugs. It's not just one that I've seen. I've seen several complaints that various parts of the storyline aren't giving the completion bonuses in the forums, as well as the daily 10,000 bonus experience in crafting and adventuring. And truthfully, I haven't seen the last couple days any indication that I've been getting that. Has anybody else seen that lately?
Well, if I scroll up on mine when I first logged in, if I can find something that actually has it, I believe I got the bonus when I logged in earlier today.
Be careful. It'll say you get it like when I finished the Shroud quest, it said I got the experience.
Well,
but it
and
didn't.
that's one of the things. What's
That
his
it's
name?
not applying.
Wines.
Weens?
Report
Weenie?
Wines. You know what I'm
Wiener?
talking about. Grumpy Weenie.
Yeah.
he's been tracking it, and he says it's saying I'm getting it, but he goes and looks at his skill, and there's nothing there.
Oh, okay.
Now, there was also another complaint of multiple accounts not seeing the bonus. One account would get it, and then the other accounts wouldn't get it. I tested that, and at the time, this was before all last week's updates.
Yeah.
So I have to do a little digging, but I was just curious if anybody else has seen or has experienced that. And Eclipse, of course, is telling us the finale, of course, we're aware of.
Yep.
I wanted my cloak though, so I got it.
And of course, stealing.
Oh, yeah,
All
what's
you
up?
naughty folks out there.
You know what?
How'd that get in?
My virtue's already jacked. I need to go over to the main portion, and I want to see something real quick.
Where you going?
I'm gonna go steal something.
It's accidental
I
double click,
mean,
man.
my virtue is a little bit messed up.
You got to steal something with the guard seeing you.
Well,
I'll call him over.
you know what? Considering it's right in front of the guardhouse.
You would think you would get caught. Should I come over?
Well, okay, the Justicard finally grabbed me. But my question is, did everything I steal, does it now have value? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
What did- Rich
What was
stealing?
your fine? Did it tell you what your fine was? Should have
Look
said
the other way.
Well, hopefully he didn't take all my money. I can't bring up my inventory for some odd reason.
Oh,
So,
took everything from you.
no, he didn't take anything from me. Because I know I had like 220,000 beforehand.
Yeah, I got
Um,
Humbert out there saying
So what happened?
the love, courage, and truth didn't work for him. And yeah, Dead Spider, you've been getting it. You've actually been looking at your numbers. You're not just looking at the you've received. Have you confirmed that you go to your skill points and you're seeing it in both?
So,
Or are you just seeing the daily message pop up? That's what I'm trying to find out from folks.
I just stole some ornate or some shortbread loaves.
Nothing happened.
And you want to know why my fine was 0?
Because it has zero. Well, no. See, it
It-
should be $100 fine.
Clemency? I don't know.
And what is it? 100 times the value?
100 times the value is still 0 because every single one of the things I stole has a
Right.
value of 0.
Right, it
But
is.
the fine is 100 gold plus 100 times. So you should have still lost 100 gold.
Oh, I might have lost 100 gold. I don't know if I lost 100
okay.
gold. Because I couldn't bring up my inventory in order to actually see
Come on,
it
Jack.
at the same time.
Look at all that
Not my
stolen
fault.
shit on the lawn.
Yeah.
Stolen stuff all over your lawn.
I know. I stole some bread.
What do you think? The
I wish they'd
mailbox, the chairs, the radios. You think we paid for
Yeah.
that stuff?
Yeah.
Come on now.
You think we bought anything?
That's
I-
why it's all scattered all over the lawn. We just dropped it where we.
I wish they'd get rid of that 0 value, man. Especially stacking crap.
I don't know what you're talking about.
0 value. Why is it 0 value? It should have
Well,
some value.
it's 0 because what they didn't want you to do is go through, steal everything, and then turn around and sell it to the shop for easy money.
That's a legitimate.
Yes, it is,
But,
but,
but I thought all the stealables weren't resellable in the first place.
it's
Yeah,
not
that's what we're
resellable because it has 0 value.
It should have value. I'm saying.
It should have
That's
value.
Especially
value,
since you're
I'm
going to
becoming
get
a
fined
thief.
for it.
Easy
But
way
I
to
can
make
still
money.
use them in my
Exactly.
recipes and sell those for a profit.
Flip
Absolutely.
said, you know, it's a legitimate.
There's a mess up here today. But anyway, it's that time
What?
of the day. We got to
It's a
get
mess?
moving on.
The mess
Yeah,
where?
if you have names on screen right now, all the names
Yeah.
that are up on screen, it's a mess.
Well, that's why you hit in occasionally.
ordinary.
And turn
all
them
sorts
off.
of craziness going on.
Well, I will say that Gix's Speedo. No, did you check out his Speedo that he's wearing?
Well, I don't have quite the view that you do, but now that we're looking, let's.
Oh yeah, he's got the full on Speedo.
Him.
I mean,
Everyone's
green and
checking
purple.
Gix's package today.
I know. It's like he enjoys that stuff. But these bodice bottoms don't say crafted by Gix, so he's not even wearing Gix's little secret.
I didn't win it.
I wasn't looking at your Speedo, but now that you mention it, we will.
There it is.
Bodice bottoms.
Yeah.
He's got the Heart of Sorrows, Shroud guitar. He's got all the good stuff. Sage's sash.
Yep.
What's that Shroud? Is that a new store item?
Scepter of Dread.
You don't know what the Shroud of the Avatar is? We only talked about it at the beginning of the show, Zep.
But where'd it come from is what I asked.
It's a new bathrobe since you don't walk around with any pants on. They require you to put the bathrobe
It doesn't
on.
say bathrobe on it. Where do you get it? At the store?
Can we? No, you have to finish the quests. You have to finish the storyline. All 4 of them.
Wow.
Yes, you actually have to leave your lot.
And deep Ravenswood.
Got fungus on your ass.
Hey, I've already got one of the dread artifacts. I don't know about you, buddy.
You've got one. I've got 2.
Well, yeah, I'm working on it. Anyway,
I'm waiting for the quest when they get polished.
the dread spider says yes. He's got very small pool of XP, so his gains are very noticeable.
Okay.
Yes, and you realize you got people in your chat room also.
No, I'm aware. I talked.
Okay.
I've talked a little bit about. See, I mean, I even talked about JJ's killing people and his spells. My preferred strategy was Vassort Flam followed by in Nox, then Calvas Flam.
Explosion potion.
No, and toss in an explosion potion or two as well.
Explosion potion.
Yeah. And a deadly poison dagger.
Took down a server once with a bag of explosion potions because I set one off inside the bag.
That's always awesome.
Causing a very bad chain reaction.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
And you must keep all of your reagents inside of the deadly poison trapped box that's locked. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not only did it blow everything else up, but poison you while you were at it.
Oh yeah, I see. Right
along.
Okay, so moving right along, we do have to talk about that NBNN app, which is available on all of your electronic devices. That includes the Apple iTunes Store, the Google Play Store, or the Amazon App Store. All of those things. You can do a search for NBNN or Shroud of the Avatar or Soda in order to find the NBNN app. And the NBNN app has all the best links for everything related to Shroud of the Avatar, from the daily podcast, which is Lunch with Laz and Jack, or Soda Map. What else is on there?
Soda Map, Soda Help, the forums, the marketplace,
Discord,
the radio stations, you name it, you can get to it. Town links, helpful links, all sorts of crafting links, you name it, we've got it. And if you got something that you believe should be added, you message this guy, and we'll get it in there if it's worthwhile.
Yes, it will. And don't forget, in order to get that added, you just email news@nbnn.info and Laz will get it done. Just like the community calendar, which is also available on the app. And the community calendar is based off of a Google Calendar, which is hosted on nbnn.info. Just click on the calendars button on the top. And since Laz has aggregated all of the available calendars that he could find,
calendar is not on this list, you need to talk to this guy.
Talk to that guy by emailing news@nbnn.info with a link to that calendar and make sure it's a Google public calendar, and he'll get it added
right away. This way, when you have events, all you got to do is edit to your calendar. It pops up there, and the whole world knows you're having a party.
NBNN spam there. Damn it, Laz.
Shameless self.
Yeah. Calendar spammer.
Talking about shameless self-promotion, Jack, you want to tell them a little bit more about the calendar? I can't hear a word you're saying.
Jack.
Your mic.
You speak, Mike. Still can't hear you, Jack.
One moment.
Okay. Is that working now?
Yes.
Okay. I touched the damn thing.
1 moment, please.
Okay, so don't forget the community calendar all the times are Central Standard Time in the real world, but we prefer to refer to it as Nude Britannia Time.
Nude Britannia Time.
Yes. 12s and 6s around the clock, two idiots interpret the news on WRFB.
Mm-hmm.
That is Radio Free Britannia, on a little show called Lunch with Laz and Jack.
These guys.
At 1:30, don't forget you need to tune into Tech Talk Tuesday, if that's going to happen. On
Tech Talk someday. Some days it happens.
Some days it doesn't. Yeah. At 2 o'clock, Paxlayer Town Manager Hour with Sean Silverfoot is going to be taking place, and you too can learn anything and everything about all of the different boroughs of Paxlayer. At 3 o'clock, you need to join Wintermute Offcoff on the overworld map outside of Owl's Head for the EVL Euro Dungeon Crawl.
Euro Crawl.
At 7 o'clock, you need to join. I forgot who this one is. I believe it is Zenny. Zenny! I got it right. On the overworld map outside of Owl's Head for the Tuesday edition of the EVL Monster Mash Dungeon Run. And if running with EVL is not your thing and you'd much rather join the Jade Dragons of the Phoenix Republic, you can join Malhari for a dungeon run of Chillblade's Compendium of Pain and Suffering.
Pain and suffering.
Yes.
Suffer.
At 7 p.m. on WRFB.
WRFB.
Is the 70s at 7. And the final event of the evening is also on WRFB.
WRFB.
And that's the Record Room. And that's our community calendar for this August 1st in Shroud of the Avatar.
Shroud of the Avatar. Or, as we would say, in that thing that they're wearing at Led Zeppelin.
That thing that they're wearing that Led Zepp doesn't know what it is.
What is it?
What is that? What is that? I know what that is. What is that thing?
So, Clipsy wants a mankini.
A mankini?
Yeah.
Why do you need a mankini?
I don't know.
You don't
Jack,
have the
stop
right
making fun of my
assets.
spelling, asshole. I meant mannequin.
Yeah, I thought it was mankini too.
It's like that's
I'll take both.
Mannequin.
a mannequin. That's MANNEQUIN or something
Thank
like
you,
that.
Mr. Speller.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's all
sure.
good. I probably spelled it wrong, anyways.
Moving right along. Of course, I gotta remind you, you've got 10 days. Count them, folks. 10 more days. And of course, today the price went up for you late bloomers. Late ticket sales. Last 10 days, the price went up. It's top top dollar if you want to go now at SodaCon Austin. And these are the last days to get your tickets. Make your plans, because in 10 days, ticket sales close. So get your tickets now, because ticket sales close, and that'll be it for this con coming up here in October. So don't forget, get your tickets now. VIP tickets are all sold out. Those folks got those early. And of course, going to be all sorts of great events happening down in Austin. All sorts of stuff planned, panels, dinners, outings, all sorts of great stuff during the weekend. So it's an event you don't want to miss, including the probably last trip you'll get down to Lord British's Castleton. If you've never been, you want to get a chance. We're doing the theater down there, and we've got some plans to bring you something a little special. So stay tuned for more on that, and we'll keep you abreast. Again, if you don't have your tickets, you got to get those tickets now. And of course, that brings us to our sponsors.
Sponsors?
Sponsors, yes, sponsors. Those good folks who help spread the word, do good things around here. Of course, make a little difference in your world out there, like Coilmore Wands, putting the magic in your hands. If you need a custom Coilmore wand, call up Areas Coilmore and tell him what you're looking for. He'll make one specifically just for you. All his wands start with an exceptional craft, because he doesn't accept anything less. The Britannian Mining Company, our home guild, wants you to come on down and check out Market Road over in Black Rock Cove, located in the Quell region, right next to the Exeter mines, for your mining convenience as well. What would a bunch of miners be doing living next to a mine? I don't know. Of course, Relics by Rills, relicsbyrill.com for all your licensed Shrouded Avatar swag. You want t-shirts, you want hats, not this hat, you can't get this hat. Patches, yeah, you can get these. Drinkware, you want bumper stickers, regular stickers, hoodies, coffee mugs, glassware, shot glasses, and much, much more, including the latest Shrouded Avatar comic book hitting the store soon here. So stay tuned for that. And of course, if you want to save a little money when you check out at relicsbyrill.com, use the promo code NBNN and you'll save 10% when you check out at relicsbyrill.com. WRFB Radio Free Britannia, where you can listen to us throughout the day in repeats. You can catch the Deco Divas every Wednesday, Thursday night. You can catch, I'm losing track of everybody out there.
It's all on screen.
On Saturday mornings.
Yeah, 7 a.m. 7 to 9.
7 a.m. The newest show we have.
Omen Crows?
Well, that's one of them. Omen Crow. Yeah,
House of Omen?
Crow's
House of
medicine
Omen
show, but it's House of Omen. Late night Friday, early Saturday morning, and Sunday mornings. Or late night, if you want to call it that. 1 a.m., 1 to 3 a.m., Saturday and Sunday, which is technically Friday and Saturday night for you late nighters. And then we have the Ender and... why can't I think of these two? Because they're new and they've only done 2 shows.
You mean Sarah and Ander?
Yes.
The Sarah and Ander show?
Thank you. And I'm having trouble keeping track of the staff around here. It's getting rough.
Thought you liked it rough.
Tune in
Yeah,
to
that's what I heard.
for all sorts of great stuff and
That's
programming
what I heard.
throughout the week. Of course, the Erie Fun cloaks have been handed out. Most of you guys should have gotten them by now. If you haven't, check your in-game mail. And of course, last but not least, shroudmarketplace.com for all your virtual vendable needs. And Jack's going to tell you a little bit about the marketplace. There's a big promo going on, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a huge promo going on right now. If you're during your checkout, you go to Synesys stuff, and you buy something and you use the
Only
promo
if you buy
Jack
it through your
15 off. Yes,
Right.
only through my store, which is my item. So Synesys stuff, you too can save 15% off of anything that I have listed up for sale. And later this afternoon, I'll probably be adding a bunch more stuff. But you know what? Every single one of the vendors on... You finally figured that out? Every single one of the vendors is a different player, and we do have to welcome the latest vendor, Avalonian Creations, and that is none other than Mom. And she is putting up some of her Nightshade and Mandrake. She's having fun. She's adding stuff. You two can be like Armitage, Mandrake's Market, Artifacts and Rares, MG Unity. These people are all putting stuff up on Shroud Marketplace, and you know what? Over the weekend, I think all the gold disappeared off of Shroud Marketplace because someone went through and bought almost all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is kind of awesome. I enjoy that stuff. I mean,
that's why I don't put it all out at once.
Yeah, you know what?
Just the tip.
You put out just the tip. Yeah, but don't forget, anybody and everybody can register as a vendor.
Yes.
If you are interested in becoming a vendor, register for an account and then click on vendor registration on the left hand side, and you too can start listing your stuff for sale on Shroud Marketplace. And looking at the time, it is time for us to thank the most important people around here, and that's you guys. Thank you for watching out on Twitch, YouTube, or listening on WRFB. We couldn't do the show without you guys, and we do it for you guys.
That's right. Of course, you know the drill, folks. We'll be back with more here tomorrow on NBNN WRFB Radio Free Britannia. And of course, till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody, and we will see you all tomorrow.